Good afternoon, everyone. First, I would like to thank FeedSpot for putting me at the number 12 position in the top 60 weather YouTube channels for meteorologists. Speaking of which, Davos, World Economic Forum, now that's a big carbon footprint, those 1,000 private jets in pristine Davos. Oh yeah, and then we need to add in the tons and tons and tons of CO2 coming from the choppers. Heads of state are dealing with record snow in the area, but the UN Climate Change Base Camp will not have to go very far to study thick snow and Arctic conditions. Speaking of that, blizzard paralyzing South Dakota, doubling the old snow records. And please join me 10 p.m. to midnight Eastern Standard Time, February 1st, 2018, Studio A, Revolution Radio at freedomslips.com. We're going to have a three-way discussion. Christian from Ice Age Farmer, Diamond from Oppenheimer Ranch Project, and myself. We're going to discuss these issues, talk about timelines moving forward in the grand solar minimum. And while you're watching the channel, please remember to subscribe to Adapt 2030 and click that bell so you can get the latest updates. Now back to the FeedSpot Top 60 Weather YouTube channels for meteorologists. I encourage you to go check out this webpage. I've linked it below in the description box along with all the other articles I'm going to present in this video. And Suspicious Observers, they got the number 2 spot. Weather Channel has number 1 spot, but go take a look at all the resources and information that's out there. Some of it's pro rah-rah global warming. Other channels like myself taking a more objective look at what's happening and what's being masked in the media. And I'm really happy that they've put my channel on here to try to bring this type of discussion into the meteorological debate. Speaking of which, Davos receiving record snow, 6 feet plus this week, and then last week what you'd seen where all the tourists were stranded around the Matterhorn, that whole area blanketed with snow. They should just call it the World Frozen Forum. But the World Economic Forum, the leaders of our planet who come and have their armed guards with snipers on top of the snow-covered resorts so you can't get there and listen to what they're talking about. Anyway, this is about how deep the snow is on the side of the streets after they've been plowing for the last 3 weeks. Cars are buried, there's no sidewalks, it's incredibly dense snow. So dense, in fact, Zermatt is cut off again. What are the chances in Switzerland of that town being cut off twice due to too heavy of a snow and avalanche warnings? Look here for you on the map to encompass Davos on the right and Zermatt on the left. And one of the more famous towns you may recognize, Geneva, on the left. Anyway, these are the airports where they're all flying to. Zurich, Geneva. Not into Davos because it's snowed in at the moment. But the heavy snow's troubling the global elite. 3,000 delegates with their private planes are trying to reach this area. And I love how, second paragraph, pre-summit meetings were canceled because the delegates waded through heavy blanketed snow streets and they had to wait for road crews to dig their limousine out of snowdrifts. It's the heaviest snowfall in 4 decades. But didn't Al Gore tell us snow would be a thing of the past and our children would never know what snow was due to global warming? Some more images here coming off of several articles I linked. I just pulled images as I was cruising the news. But look how deep it is on the sidewalks over there on the left. Again, you can see what the snow depth totals are. I guess there's going to be no evening strolls for backhanded deals along the quiet streets of Davos, too snowed in. But look at the depths of the snow on the side of the street. These are the snow blowers. Now that person is probably let's say 6 feet tall. Those snow blowers have pushed up. Look at that, it's 12, 13 feet tall. And the Antarctic Survey, well, they can survey how much snow is up there because also there's snow gain down in Antarctica. I just did a video on that. Antarctica is actually gaining so much snow that's going to offset the non-existent sea level rises. And also the UN climate change, the base camp, Arctic Davos is open for business. So let's listen how the climate scientists are going to explain record snow across Europe in so many places, record snow in the United States, record snow in Asia, specifically Japan and China, and also that Antarctica is gaining so much snow that it's now stopping sea level rise because the amount of water being locked up on the ice caps up there. Let's see how they're going to explain this. But talk about Hypocrite 101 class. Thousands of private jets descended to Davos. And I'm going to say, hey, you told us all our lives we shouldn't even fly because there's too much CO2 that these airlines are putting out and you're a bad person for flying. Big carbon footprint, the Washington Times claims. So I dug out to see how many helicopters are flying there as well. Although the helicopters are grounded due to too heavy of blizzards at the moment, but that'll turn around once the snow stops in a few days. But look how much CO2 the private helicopters are putting out. So not only are they flying their private jets, they got the private helicopters, and they want you to eat insects while they go and have their dining on fine steak, caviar, and champagne. And also the record snows are continuing around the planet. So I just pulled this one here, blizzard going on in South Dakota right now. Yankton breaking the old snowfall record, doubling it. Also Japan, record snows and the coldest in 50 years. Look here on the map where the records are being broken and there's much more snow on the way. I just thought it fit with the Davos record snow. I'll be coming at you with Japan and Asia tomorrow. But as always, thanks for watching. Hope you got something out of the video. So when they say, hey, don't produce CO2, just point the finger and go, hey, Davos.